Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Sarah and this is my channel Lady Lugana, and I think you can probably hear my dogs. They just started rustling. Oh my goodness, this is like the 5th or 6th time I've started this video because they are noisy and rambunctious and wound up today. So I'm looking at them. So like I was saying, this is a Flosstube channel. If you are new to Flosstube or new to this channel, it is a channel about cross stitch. All of the things we like to stitch, all the things we're stitching on, the patterns we want, the patterns we covet, the friends we make. It's a good time. And so join me, and I hope you get to see some new fun patterns and some new things that you might be interested in stitching. I am excited. It is finally warming up here in New Hampshire. We were in the 40s today. And it's actually supposed to be quite warm by the end of the week, almost 80. So all of the snow is hopefully melting. All the snow that we got in March, because apparently winter happens in March here. Who knew? And I'm very hopeful that I can figure out how to I have a clip. A lot of people have asked for a tour of the house, so I've decided to do bit by bit. Started with the exterior, just kind of an overview of it. You can see all the work we're gonna need to do. Oh, am I shaking? My dogs are running across the floor and I'm on the floor. I apologize if you guys are like mini earthquake. And so I'm hopeful to get that clip of the exterior and just do little snippets as we go along. And then maybe next time show you the quote unquote ugly room that we've deconstructed. And so that will be at the end of the video if you are interested in checking that out. So I'm excited. I have lots of things to share. I have several giveaways. I have some whips. I have a new project that I started. It was an Easter start, so it's a little early, but I started like yesterday. I have some stitchy kindness, and I have a little bit of haul. I know I said I wasn't going to buy anything new this year, but I did. I caved and I got a little bit of haul. Not anything to start anytime soon. Oh, and I also have a couple of whips I forgot to show you last time. So I didn't forget. I couldn't find them. They were still in a box somewhere, and I have since found them. So I will show those to you as well. So let's see where to start. Why don't we start with a giveaway. So the giveaways, I should say. So the first one I talked about was, I don't know if it was the first one. One of the ones I talked about was the Cross Stitchers Oriental Odyssey book. I didn't really mention this as a giveaway. I just had mentioned if anybody was interested to reach out to me. So this is a Joan Elliott book. It's easily accessible on Amazon. And it is full of patterns that are inspired by Asia. I like to think they look very Japanese geishas, like this one. And then this is the one that I'm actually working on with a friend of mine. And this is the Oriental Lady of Wisdom, I believe. And so the winner of this book, she was the first to reach out to me, Miss Wendy Eastman. And so I will message in the response messages to all of the people who have won, and they can email me. I'll include in my description box the email so I can get a address to send these out. And so Miss Wendy Eastman, I hope you enjoy this book. Lots of things to stitch in it, and maybe we can stitch something together. Oh, see, even the little fans. Those are cute too. So that is the Oriental Odyssey book. The next giveaway I had was the Blackbird Design Christmas Garden Victoria Clayton Silk Pack. And that goes, you can kind of see some of I don't want to open it because it's a sealed package, but you can kind of see some of those muted, beautiful colors, those golds in there. I don't know. Let's see if I can focus, if this is too. There we go. This goes to Miss Dean Doherty. So I will message you, Miss Doherty, Dean Doherty. I hope I'm saying that right. And I'll get these sent out to you. And I think it'll make a beautiful pattern, beautiful project. I'm sorry, I'm like on the floor today. You can kind of see I'm like at a lower level. I'm all spread out. And the table, believe it or not, the table that I normally use, it's an 1820s table. And it's split down the middle in the move. So we have to take it to an antique dealer to repair it. I think it got sad. It was saddened by the fact that we moved like four times from Savannah to storage, out of storage to an apartment to a house. Like, it's tired. So it cracked down the middle. So I'm on the floor, spread out. Anyway, and then the last giveaway, it is the piece that I am stitching for the Queen City Stitch Retreat. That is a retreat this October held, or hosted, I should say, by Fiber Arts Amy and Kitschy Whips. And I will start trying to link below the Flosstubers names that I mention. And so that you guys can check out these channels, everybody who is on Flosstube is essentially amazing. And so I love all the projects and all the things, but these tend to be some of the ones that I watch more frequently. And then if you have any suggestions, I am always open to new Flosstube channel recommendations, because I do enjoy me some good Flosstube. That's basically all I watch. I don't have a lot of TV watching that I do, and so Flosstube is where it is. So the last giveaway is this Snow Maiden. This is the Mirabilia pattern that I'm stitching for the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And it is also with the embellishment pack. So let me see if that's focusing. I can't tell. I think I say that every time. But check out these beads. Oh my gosh. There's like these huge ones are so much fun. And then this, you can't tell, but that's my favorite bead. I'll show it to you when I get the Snow Maiden out. And the winner of this is Miss Sharon S. And so look for the responses to the comments. Miss Sharon S. for the Snow Maiden, Miss Wendy Eastman for the Odyssey, Oriental Odyssey book, and Miss Dean Doherty for the Christmas Garden. And I will get these that's not the front, parcels off to you so that you can stitch them and enjoy them. And we can share the fun. So those are the giveaways. So let's see. Congratulations. And I'm hopeful to actually do quite a bit of giveaways on my channel. I've been very blessed in my job and in the stability of my cross stitch and finances and things like that. So I know that it can be hard for some people to gain supplies and gather supplies. So I am very, I want to be able to share with everybody and anybody who's willing to try something new. So look for some more giveaways just because it's fun. Why not share? Oh, I found my book of days. I've unpacked it. I have not decorated because I'm still looking for my stickers. So I found the book of days. I'm sorry, I'm like moving a lot, trying to get comfortable. I have old knees. Does that maybe? I don't know. But my book of days, I haven't shown this to you yet because I had it packed. So I was just going to show you. This was my January. I got all of the little butterfly stickers. These are the list of whips. Maybe I have shown this to you. I don't know. But list of whips. And isn't that kind of like insane? Yep, insane. So not really insane. I shouldn't say that. I really enjoy having whips, but I do want to parse it down a little bit. This is February. All the dancing girls. I tried to think of like a Valentine's Day dance, but inspired by Pride and Prejudice kind of themes. So that's where I got my sticker ideas for that one. And as you can see, this was moving and packing week. There is nothing here. And then I need to decorate March, but it is filled out at least. And I need to decorate April. And the first part is filled out. And then kind of I'm trying to plan, anticipate. So that is my book of days. Excited to find my Halloween, not Halloween, what am I saying? My stickers to put in the the Book of Days. So I will be able to show that to you in the coming days, in the coming months of all the projects that I've been working on. So let's see, what shall I do next? Why don't I show you, I'm just gonna slip my jacket on. It's getting cool in here again. My new start. So this is an Easter new start, and I started it actually, what was it, yesterday? Good Friday. I started it on Good Friday, which was yesterday. And I have decided that at all times I would really like to have a spiritual piece going. My faith is very important to me, and I am remiss in not having that represented in my cross stitch, I believe. And so I am hopeful to have something that is representative of my faith going, and then have something in the works, kind of ongoing, as it relates to that. And so this is a pattern. It's a kit. I got this kit from Amazon after I saw it on the Stitching Faye. She does such good work. She's amazing. If you have not looked at all of her progress and her, like, she's prolific. Like, it's amazing. And I saw this pattern on her channel, and she finished it. It's framed. It's beautiful. It's stunning. And so this is my new Easter start, inspired by the Stitching Faye. This is a Vervacho kit. I got it on Amazon, and it's called Jesus. And there they go barking again. I may have said this, but I think I started this video like a million times. Not really a million. That's exaggerating, but they just keep barking. I don't know why. I think it's spring fever maybe. And so this is Jesus, and he's like done in sepias. The kit comes with, I think it's a 16 or an 18 count kind of cream Aida, but I switched it to a 28 count mushroom Lugana. And this, I've only worked on it for a day, Good Friday. And this is where I got this is his nose. And that's going to come down into his lips, and then this is where one of his eyes will be. So I will keep working on this. I'm trying to decide if I should do this like as a Sunday piece, or if I should just rotate it through normally. And so that is Jesus. And I think it's going to be beautiful with all the sepias. Absolutely beautiful. So that is my first whip of the, just trying to see if I could grab the floss to show you, but next time. My next whip, I look a little spastic looking around here. Don't mind me. Grab one of my bags. This is one of, I'm sorry for the zipping, one of the bags. I already pulled I got so ready, I forgot that I got prepared for this, and the pattern is actually in front of me. So this is one of the whips I forgot to show you. It's one of 3, and I actually did forget to show you this one. The other 2 were still packed. This is called Primavera. It is by Satsuma Street. I have all 4. Actually, let me pull those out. Of their seasonal cross stitches, and I think they are just fun. They're just bright, and I needed something bright and lovely after I'm so much snow. So this is fun and bright. It makes me think of like warm beaches, the bright colors, just all of it. And then this is Verano, which is summer. Look at that sun. It's so bright. Oh, I love it. Like, you can see the little watermelon. Oh, yes, so hot, like the hot, warm colors. I love that. And then, of course, autunno is autumn. Oh, look at those mushrooms. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Oh, I love it. I love the squirrel. I just, so good, so good, so good. In truth, I think this uses a lot of, pull them out. They're in a big bag. It's got a lot of the, I'm sorry guys, I'm making noise here. Ooh. The variegated DMC. So I haven't actually used variegated DMC a lot. And so this has been an opportunity to pull them out and kind of give them a whirl. I wonder if you know what I should do is buy one of those, let's see if I can get it to focus. One of those boards that people use. And so it's been fun to use these. Kind of a new experience for me. And then this is winter. Invierno. These are all by Satsuma Street. I think this one's really pretty. I mean, he looks so regal. So good. And so this is my progress. When I forgot to take a before picture of this one, I am stitching this on 32 count cream Lugana, kind of go-to classic. I only had about one strand of the box done. And so now I have, maybe too bright. Let me see. Sorry guys, ready and, ooh, brighter. That's actually better, I think. This is where I finished this box. You can see, actually let me see. It's not even any better. You can see, got the little bird. Started, all those bright colors, so many variegated floss in here. I think this is lovely. So I'm going to California on a girls trip. I'm so excited. To see some friends and go to Disneyland for the first time ever. I'm so excited. I've never been. We're going to go spend a day there just to get out. So I think I might bring this because simple and easy to work on. So that is Primavera by Satsuma Street, or the company is Satsuma Street, charted by Jody Rice on 32 count cream Lugana with the called for colors. So let me put that over here. Oh, this is one of my new starts. I was really tired and kind of not interested in stitching on things that were hard to see. I was having a lot of trouble seeing stuff this month. And so I have lots of stuff kitted up, and I think next time I'm going to do at least start a kit parade, to do a kit parade next time. And this is one of the kits that I've had kitted up. It's kitted for a little while, but I've never started to stitch along. I'm trying to think. My brain is tired. And it's got multiple parts out, and I decided I was going to go ahead and get it started. Since it's on a 28 count cashel linen, it's a light color, it's easy to see, it's easy to stitch. So I just needed like a brain break. And so this is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Halloween wreath. I am stitching part 1, which looks like this. I mean, there's like 5 or 6, or actually it might be 7 parts out already. So people are far, far advanced and far ahead of what I am. But I just needed something different, something fun. And I think this is lovely. So this is a .28 count cashel linen in the color pewter. And it is stitched, it's been kitted, and it's stitched in the called for colors. And that is where I got, look at that cute little bat. Oh my goodness. It didn't like register to me that this was also a bat in here. Until after I stitched it. Oh my goodness, so cute. And so I will keep pulling this one out and working on it just because it's fun. I mean, look at this beautiful pewter. I've decided I really like pewter. I like that a lot. And it's going to be a pillow, and I am excited to stitch on that. So that is one of the new starts that I had as well. So I have 2 new starts. This one for a brain break and Jesus for Easter. And he is, there we go. Let's see. Oh, and these ones are whips, so I can actually show you before and after pictures. So this is the pattern that I am going to work on with the Huga Stitcher. So the Pandemic Sampler is absolutely amazing. It's by Sarcy Girl. Christy Stevenson. She goes by Sarcy Girl on Instagram. And this is what it looks like. And I am stitching it in a silk conversion by Mrs. Seda Silks. That's so pretty, isn't it? This is what my husband wanted as kind of the representation of purchasing a home piece, which I can appreciate. I like that he hallmarks important events in my cross stitch. I think that's very nice. So I am blessed. And so this is where I started. All I had done was that little bit of flower, and it's hard to see. Yep. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. And so this is where I am now. I got the flowers tree thing. I don't know. Is that a flowering tree or just a giant flower thing? I don't know. Now I can't see. I'm just playing with light, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry. There we go. All of this. I got the little cat done. Little cat. I got one of the women done. And I may change the color on some of the women, or on the women. I kind of want, so this coloring, like the brown hair, is reflective of my mom, and I kind of want to do this side reflective of his mom. So she has more olive skin tone and black hair. And so I was thinking about just changing it up a little bit so that it's my mom and his mom kind of represented. And then this is I don't know, can you see it? Look at that little bird. I don't know, it's adorable. I love it. And I started the house. I decided I was gonna stitch the houses first. That way and I don't think it should be a problem. This is on a 40 count. This is Doubloon by Picture This Plus. I don't think it'll be an issue because the floss pack is designed for a 40 count, and I don't think I'll run out, but I did want to stitch something that, should I run out or have issues with all the same, like a big block color situation, I wanted to make sure I had enough. So I'm starting with the houses just to get those out of the way. And that is where I am. And this was inspired by the Huga Stitcher. My husband saw it and was especially inspired by the Huga Stitcher's desire to stitch this, and so we are going to stitch it together. I think she's getting her fabric in sometime soon. If you saw her last video, she talks about it a little bit and how she got a surprise package instead, so you should go check out her video. I'll link her down below as well. They're a lot of fun. She is a lot of fun to watch. She's one of my, I wait for the video to come out. So if anybody else wants to join us, feel free. We don't have a hashtag or anything, but maybe we can think of one, or maybe it's just going to be a start along and see each other's progress kind of situation. So that is the Pandemic Sampler. All right. So that is my last, not my last whip, my first whip, because the other ones are new starts. So next I worked on After the Roses, and this is a pattern by Ink Circles. And I see, so the first person I saw stitch this was Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, and she had, it was like early on in her early floss tubes, and she had like this one. There was one by Plum Street Samplers that was pink, like it had a big blue vase and had pink flowers in it. And then I think she had the pink sparrow sampler out as well. And all of like the kind of pink and pale, it was just that color scheme inspired me to want to stitch something in that kind of pink, beautiful reds, pale blues, springy. It felt like spring. And so this is where the first pattern I picked up from that kind of inspiration. And this is where I was. Actually, this is a little farther than where I was. Where I was in the last video you saw, I think I only had like this part stitched. And so not very much, just a baby start. As you saw in most of my whips, they were baby starts. But that's okay, because I'm making progress. Ooh, my needle minders are sticking together. And I do have a hanging thread on this, so because I was working on it earlier today. And this is where I am. Look at those beautiful colors. So this is stitched on 32 count Whisper Belfast. It is actually, yes, 32 count Whisper Belfast linen. And it is stitched in the called for Classic Colorworks. And I chose this fabric because I wanted to play with the beautiful kind of warmer pinks and reds on a cooler palette. It made me think of kind of the beginning of spring where you see just the flowers peeking through, not the flowers, the sprouts, like things just sprouting through the snow, which I have discovered happens here. I have things sprouting in my yard, flowers that I don't know what they are yet, that are peeking through snow. And this is kind of what that is reminiscent of for me, at least. And so that is After the Roses by Ink Circles. I think that's beautiful. I love, there's like so many beautiful colors in this. So good. The only thing I changed is this darker color. I think it calls for something like Classic Colorworks Hickory or something like that, and I didn't have it. So I switched it out with a Weeks Dye Works Rum Raisin. It is darker, but it also has kind of a redder, a more wine burgundy undertone to it. And so that is different, but I do like it. So that is After the Roses. And then last but not, oh no, second to last whip is my Snow Maiden. So Snow Maiden, I showed it earlier. This is Snow Maiden by Mirabilia. This is the design that I chose for, try to accomplish for the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And I started that pattern the last week of December. And this is where I was when you last saw her. There, started beading and making progress. And this is where I am now. Oh, oh, she's so good. Look at her. Isn't she so good? Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can. There we go. So she is, this is down here is the halfway point. So she is a little, she's like basically halfway done. And then I got all of this beaded. This is the favorite bead I was telling you about. You can kind of see how sparkly that is? All of her crazy hair kind of coming out. Oh my goodness, let me tilt. Sorry guys, we're tilting. All of the hair that's coming out, her wild locks and the beads, and it's snow, giant snowflakes that I need to fill in down here. Oh, she's pretty. She is so pretty. She's big too. I'm having trouble holding her if you can't tell, because she's gonna be, this is the fabric. Woohoo, wrong side. And so she's gonna be big. I'm looking forward to stitching this bottom half because it's a lot more block stitching as compared to what her hair was. And so it'll be kind of cathartic to stitch the block stitching. There we go. There's a pretty good shot of her and all the krynic and the water lilies in her hair and kind of coming down. Ah, she's so pretty. So that is Snow Maiden by Mirabilia. She is stitched on 32 count Dove. 32 count Dove Lugana by Zweigart. And she is stitched with all the called for colors. It's my cute little needle minders. I love these teddy bear needle minders. They're like from, is it Oribe cross stitch on Etsy? So that, and then this one's Cricklewood. She makes cute ones too. And so that, oh, she's so pretty. That is Snow Maiden. So good, so good. Okay. So that is her. She's one of my 2 primary focus pieces because I want to get her done so I can get her framed and take her on a trip to Charlotte. Yeah. And so my final whip that I did was Empress Eugenie Surrounded by Ladies. And this is the piece my husband picked out. Let's see if I can find a good, that's not what I want. Show you the pattern. Here it is. And pictures. So this is the pattern, a picture of the pattern. And I just discovered, oh my goodness. So there is a floss tuber, Cam the Stitcher. I just discovered her. She has this pattern. I have not seen anybody else stitch this. It's a little blown out, isn't it? I have not seen anybody else stitch this pattern. And she has the full coverage pattern as well. And I'm like, yes, there is another person who's doing this. That makes me so happy. And so I have several people to link below, but Cam the Stitcher, if you haven't seen her, check her out. She does a lot of fun. She plays with color a lot. It's a lot of fun. And so this is where I was, if I can find my camera again. Photos. Oh, no, that's way too. Here we go. Here it is. So that is where I was. I was just coming down onto the 3rd page here. Coming down this way. And I got another 2,000 stitches in or so. And this is where I am now. Ooh, let me hold it back first. It looks like a painting. I think that's so cool. And I've gotten, this is down here is halfway through this 3rd, because 1, 2, this is the 3rd page. This is halfway mark for that 3rd page. So that is my last whip. And this is also, this is like Mirabilia has a degree of comfort stitching for me because of the block stitching. But this, because I do the typewriter method where I pull a string and do that whole string, essentially that whole color till it's gone, and then switch the string, the floss thread. This I just get going on. And so I'm hopeful to get, the goal is to have 2,000 or 3,000, 2,000 to 3,000 stitches per month. If I get around 2,500 to 2,700 stitches in per month, it will only take 10 years. Only. That's all. It's only going to be 10 years and then I can hang it up. Can you imagine? I'm excited though. I like the progress I'm making. So that is Empress Eugenie Surrounded by Ladies. And that is my last whip of the month. And so I will show you, let's see. Oh, knees. There they go again. These are the 2 2 projects that I couldn't find for a little while. I have since found them. You may have seen one of them in another Flosstube. It is called Winter White Santa. Let me exit, and here we are. And it took me a while to get this one I told you last time that I lost my pattern keeper. And so I had to like remark all of these patterns on what's the word I'm looking for? A new like program. And so this is Winter White Santa, also a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. I can't think offhand who the artist is. But I think he's a beautiful Santa. Look at that. Isn't he lovely? Oh my goodness, all those toys in the back. And so this is where I was. This was the guy I was working on when my pattern keeper like totally crapped out. And then all my Heaven and Earth Designs and full coverage pieces went into timeout. For a while, I was very sad. But this is where I was on him. So this is the other whip. I had just started. This is like all confetti, his little tip top of his hat. And so this is where that whip stands. Not much progress, but that's okay. I love that you can see that this is snow. I think that's so cool. Like how'd they do that? That's incredible. And then this last one is a whip I started with my sister. Ooh, she wanted to do a max color version of this. And I put like 50 stitches in and got so frustrated by changing out my threads because it was before I started doing the typewriter method that I put it down and didn't pick it up after that until now. So this is not seen the light of day for quite some time because I did not enjoy all that confetti. And so now that I am doing the typewriter method, I'm hopeful I'm going to try pulling it back out and kind of see how it goes. And if it fails, then maybe doing the pattern, but in not max color, because max color is 239 colors. This is the floss for the stitching shelf. Heaven and Earth Design, artwork by Amy Stewart. Max colors is insane. I don't know. I mean, kudos to the people who have the talent, the patience, and like the resilience to work on something that's max color, because I'm like, oh, it's making me frustrated. So these are my like barely any stitches in, and it's all, I swear to you, there's like 20 different colors in that little area right there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. And so I think now that I do stitch differently, I'm gonna try and see if I can get this going. And this is the pattern. I should probably show you a picture, huh? This is what the pattern looks like. It's beautiful. You've probably seen it. A lot of people work on this piece. It's gonna be stunning. But that's the other whip that I failed to show you. I'm trying to decide what I think I'm going to do for my full coverage pieces is, so I have Eugenie, that's the focus. And then I have pick two and rotate them every other month. And then start interchanging them with some of the other ones, or finish one and finish. Yeah. And then pull in another one. So I think that's going to be one that this one is going to be one that I try to focus on, because I would love to have this stitched, but definitely lost my mind a little bit getting it started. All right, so Stitchy Kindness is next. I have a couple of patterns that my lovely husband picked out, bought, and purchased for me, which is the same as bought, but you know. And these are market pieces that he knew that I loved, and he knew that I was trying to be good and not spend any money. And so he bought them for me. This is Beauty Fades by Teresa Kogut. Proverbs 31 woman here. And I love this pattern. I just love it. I love the muted colors. I love her striped dress. I love this pattern. And so that is, the verse is, youth is fleeting and beauty fades, but a woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. And that's Proverbs 31:30. And then the other one he picked out because it's dated for the year our house was built. And that's also Teresa Kogut, Remember Me. And this says, when this you see, remember me. And it's quite literally 1791, dated for when our house was built. And so he picked this pattern out too to start. And then last but not least, oh, I'm so excited. The Huga Stitcher, she is talking about starting this pattern for her birthday. She picked out the most beautiful fabric. The most beautiful fabric that she has. Like, it's blue. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. And this is Summer Quaker by Lila Studios. So she's doing the Spring is Sure to Follow stitch along, and talking about doing this one in August. Oh my gosh, look how cute this is. I just can't get over like the little starfish and the little crabs, and oh my goodness. I love the little fishes. This verse says, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air. And it has some of the motifs that I think are stunning that she has been working on in the Spring Quaker. It has those flowers with the black and the pink. It has a repeat of those. Oh. So this will be a start this year. And I am probably going to start the spring one too, to be honest. It's on the way. So it's time. And then last but not least for Stitchy Kindness, my friend Amy, whom I'm going to see in California, sent me the Mirabilia Shakespeare's Fairies. Aren't they beautiful? I love this pattern. I love this pattern. I don't know what, I love fairies, but I love the fact that there are 3 of them, and they have they make me think of Chinese lanterns. They're just beautiful. And so she purchased this for me, and I have in my stash a piece of linen called Sarah Dwin. It's Fabrics by Stephanie. It's a 32 count Lugana. Go figure. And I think it will be perfect for that pattern because it's kind of got this mysteriousness about it. It makes me think of a magical evening. And then these are the colors. Woo, so many flosses. I think it'll be pretty on this. It's a bit of a mottled gray, green, and purple. And so it makes me think of magic. And then, oh, here they are. These are the Krynic. Look at these colors. Look at that. They're so beautiful. This gold, like antique gold. I love this copper. Oh my goodness. It makes me think of autumn, and with this like plum purple. Oh, it's like wine. It's like a Merlot color. It's so pretty. And this like dark, I don't know what kind of pink this is. It's beautiful. It's like a fuchsia, but it's darker, and look at this all together. Oh, and against this. Oh, look at this. I can't hold it up. I don't know how people do this. It's so beautiful. Look at this. Yeek. This one, though, calls for a lot of beads. A lot of beads of which I had in stash, luckily. But look at this. It's like beads and treasure heavy with all the little leaves. Look at these cute little leaves. Ooh. Oh, there you guys can kind of see it. These go in their hair. Look at that. There's lots of those. So it's more like treasure heavy, I guess. Little flowers. I love the little leaves. So that was some stitchy kindness from my friend Amy. All kitted up and ready to go. Once I finish another, like, step 1, I'm gonna do Snow Maiden. And then we'll go from there. I may start this. I may pick one of the ones that I already have going and finish that. Probably pick one of the ones that I have going and finish that. We'll see. But I think this is beautiful, and I would love to get this started and finished as well. I don't think it's going to fit in there. And so, haul. This is the last bit. Oh, neat. So I have a couple of patterns that are kitted. And the first one is called White Winter Moth. This is by Kathy Barrick. I'm sorry if all the crinkling is bothering you. White Winter Moth. There's just something really cool about this. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've listened. I told you last month I was listening to Splintered, which is a Alice kind of spin-off retelling, Alice in Wonderland spin-off retelling. And there is a theme throughout that novel, that book, that centers on moths. And they center on moths almost as the darker aspect of kind of fairy tale butterflies, because there is a darker spin and darker twist to that particular story. And this may have just been inspired by reading that book, but I think this is beautiful. It's on Fiber on a Whim. It's 40 count sand, and this is the called for fabric for it. And it's actually warmer, a little bit warmer, more yellow tone than the light is picking up. And just the called for DMC, which they are quite lovely. You would think, I thought that butterfly had a lot of black in it. I thought this was 310 inside the butterfly, but it is not. It is actually a very dark, beautiful green. Ooh, I'm destroying my floss. This kind of hunter, let me see if I can turn the light on it, if it helps. Hunter green. And I thought that was beautiful. So not a start anytime soon, but kitted and ready should I need to start. And I always do enjoy a new start, but like I said, at this moment, this is gonna maybe sound a little strange. I feel mildly overwhelmed, in fact, by all the whips I have. Like, kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Y'all are gonna think I'm a little nutty. I feel in some ways like unsatisfied with not getting things accomplished, and like a lack of ability to accomplish things just because I have so much going. But that's just me and my weird mind. And then this one, I have been wanting to stitch this for ages. It's been out of stock at 123 Stitch for ages. I want to make it into a project bag. Speaking of Alice in Wonderland. Ooh, sorry. I hope I didn't just show you chart. This is Barbara Anna Designs, the Mad Hatter Dreams. I want to make her into a project bag so badly. Isn't she? Or you know what else would be really cool? Like a flat fold that you put on your bookshelf amidst your books. I think she would be really cool as either one of those. And I really like, so kind of same concept as the Splintered. This is all darker muted tones, like dark and light. Even her hair on this side is darker. I don't know if you can tell. The bow tie, everything is darker versus lighter. The dichotomy, juxtaposition, I love it. So good. And then this is a 32 count smoke Smoky Pearl Belfast linen. It's a little lighter than I think the called for, but I think these colors will look really good on it. I think they're still gonna pop. All those kind of beautiful, there's a lot of like beautiful jewel tones. Look at that. Look at this orange. I think that's lovely. And like this, these muted, just muted, but also jewel. They're pretty, super pretty. So that is one of the other things for haul. And then last but not least, I have lost my, oh, here it is, iPad. I wanted to show you this pattern. This is a pattern. I can never remember the name of it. It's Thurza Priscilla Dawes by Hemlock and Rye, which is the company that Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, it is her company. And it is, let me see if I can get it so you can show it, or so I can show it. You don't need to show it. There we go. And this is what it looks like. There are two colorways. That bright one, and then kind of this muted one. There we go. So muted, ooh, and bright. And I have chosen to do the bright colorway. This is the original colorway. I think it's beautiful. It's unusual, like atypical for a sampler, but beautiful. And so this is the fabric. It is 32 count Tyco Belfast linen. It's kind of this white with like some pale blue modeling. That's the word I'm looking for. So I think it's going to make these really eclectic colors that are all in this bag stand out. Look at this. Cool. Look at these bright colors. They're so bright. I love it. Ha ha. Super, super bright. So that is my last bit of haul. So that's not going to be a start anytime soon, I assure you. But it was fun to get all the floss pulled out and picked out, and so that's what I did. So that's been my month of March and beginning of April. Plans. I am going to keep working on Eugenie and the Snow Maiden, and I think Summer Quaker is on, not summer. Well, yeah, Summer Quaker is technically on the way as well, but Spring Quaker is on the way. I'll probably get that started, to be honest. Get on that bandwagon, because it's, every time I see it, I just can't stop. Like, every time I've seen progress, the Hugo Stitcher's progress on Spring Quaker, I'm just like, oh, why am I not stitching that? And so, in honor of spring, I have decided to add some spring seasonal pieces. I do not have a lot of spring kind of flavor pieces here in my collection, so I think this will be good. And so that is that, and I am so grateful you came to hang out with me today and be a part of the fun. I will be putting up the little video of the outside of the house in the middle of the snow. And then to follow, I'll try to get the snippets in, like I had mentioned, of kind of where we stand progress. So thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to spending some time with you next month. You guys have a great month and happy stitching. Bye.
Hello, Flosstube world. I decided to take a video while we're getting all of our snow. Today is March 14th, 15th, maybe the 13th, and give you a bit of a tour of the outside of our house. So this is the front, big and beautiful. I'm sure you can see all of the work we have coming in the spring to do exterior repairs. Husband is already ordering the clapboard in order to replace. Oh, the snow is falling. I'm ducking beneath this very wintry tree here. Try not to give you seasickness. all of the exterior here. Get all the clapboard to replace what's going on. You can kind of see the long view. Let me go around and show you the apple trees if I can see them. Snow's coming down pretty heavy, but not as heavy as it has been in the past. It's definitely a spring wet spring snow that's dumped on us here. Woo! Oh, I don't know if you can see my puppy. She's like, "Where you going, Mom?" Here's the official front door that was used originally. And then back here, is our backyard. The original posts here. There's like an old stone fence that goes all the way around our property line, which goes through this snowy place. Original post. And there is our backyard. Somewhere in there are the garden beds. And our apple trees are way in the back. And then our barn.